to the time I make it to work. Waking up with the Rickey Smiley Morning Show. Woo-hoo!
News headlines,
Entertainment.
sports.
It's the front page on the Rickey Smiley Morning Show.
Good Friday morning. I'm Euro with another look at today's news. The U.S. has broken the global record for the highest number of COVID-19 cases reported in one day. Now, that updated number reported just yesterday is over 55,000 new cases. In California, hospitalizations have jumped 56% in 2 weeks. Florida broke its own record with more than 10,000 new cases in just one day, and an 11-year-old boy there has become the youngest person to die in the state. And in Texas, Governor Abbott has changed his tune. Face masks must now be worn in public in any county with 20 or more positive cases. Well-known Black Republican, former presidential candidate, and co-chair of the group Black Voices for Trump, Herman Cain, is in an Atlanta hospital with COVID-19. Cain was at President Trump's rally in Tulsa on June the 20th, but his team says they're not sure how or where he caught the virus. Now, many local officials are just asking you to be safe this July 4th holiday weekend. Party at home, stay out of crowded places, and just wear a mask if you're going to go out. In sports news today, 9 more NBA players have tested positive for COVID-19. The testing started last week, and so far 25 of 344 players have tested positive there. When the NFL season kicks off on September the 10th, get ready. The Black National Anthem, Lift Every Voice and Sing, will be played in addition to the Star Spangled Banner at the beginning of every game. What? Yes. So go freshen up on that second verse. Lift Every Voice and Sing will be played before every Week 1 NFL game of the 2020 season. And in some other NFL news, FedEx has asked the Washington Redskins to change their name. Now, this is huge because FedEx is a huge sponsor with naming rights for the stadium where the Washington Redskins currently play. Now, the term, of course, is considered a racial slur and considered very offensive by many Native Americans. But the owner of the Washington Redskins has repeatedly said that he will never change the name. But with big money now backing that change, we'll see what happens. In entertainment news, Jay-Z is using his power to push for more change. He took out a full newspaper ad in Wisconsin calling for the firing and prosecution of a police officer involved in the killings of 3 men of color. ABC is set to cancel the daytime talk show Strahan, Sarah, and Kiki with Michael Strahan and Kiki Palmer. The show went on hiatus during the coronavirus pandemic, but it's not expected to come back. And lastly, it ain't over yet. It looks like Jada Pinkett Smith will be addressing those rumors about a love affair with August Alsina in an upcoming episode of the Red Table Talk. Jada tweeted out yesterday, quote, "There's some healing that needs to happen, so I'm bringing myself to the Red Table." Red Table Talk airs on Facebook on Monday, 12 noon Eastern, and we will all be watching. I'm Euro, and that is your front page news. The entire crew is going to be back on Monday. It's the best of the Rickey Smiley Morning Show.
Time for that hot spot with Brat. What up, Brat?
Morning, everybody. I'm your girl, Brat, and this is the hot spot where we bring you music, movies, and more. Eric Badu, y'all, she shuts down the Gwyneth Paltrow. Erica Badu.
Oh, I thought say, okay. Oh,
Erica Badu, the one, you know your mama know her. She shuts down the Gwyneth Paltrow comparisons. She says she is correcting those who think that her new incense line was inspired by actress Gwyneth Paltrow. She said, my incense was not inspired by Gwyneth Paltrow. That's a whole nother kind of pocketbook. She said, I've been in the lab for years, and I stay on my pocketbook muscle hustle. However, panties off to Gwyneth Paltrow and her candle. We love her.
Wow.
What you think about that, Rick?
Man, that's all. So, wait a minute. Now, run that by me again. So, Gwyneth Paltrow.
She came out with a candle that said it was I think the scent is called vagina. And it was kind of, reminiscent of her own scent. And people are saying Erica Badu came out with this scent, her incense, because it's also about her pocketbook. And they saying she copied Gwyneth Paltrow.
Wow. We got Erica Badu mama on the phone. Frank, good morning.
Good morning.
Hey, how you feeling?
I'm feeling okay.
All right, so are you proud of everything that your daughter's doing?
I'm very proud. She's done a lot in the industry. She's done a lot for me. And I'm just happy. I'm really happy for her, Rickey.
Hey, I really appreciate you calling up here. So, is she gonna be coming out with anything else? Like,
I know of, but I'm pretty sure she can because she can do whatever she wants to do. That's what I told her.
Right. So do you go to her concerts and stuff like that?
I sit in the very back when I go to the concert, so you won't see me.
Yeah. So do you help set up with anything?
I help with the stage stuff, but again, I'm behind the scenes. I'm a daddy.
Right. Hey, so I know you got to be proud of your daughter. We got Erica Badu, Mama Frank on the phone.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, give it up one time.
Yeah.
So what? Are she working on anything else?
I can't tell you that because she wants me to keep everything secret and private.
Y'all give it up for Erica Badu, Mama Frank.
Oh my God!
All right, there it is.
Lord have mercy.
There you go, Brat.
Y'all don't forget to catch Snoop on Red Table Talk with Jada this Wednesday on Facebook Watch, okay? That's it for the hot spot. Oh my God, I'm your girl Brat Tat Tat. To get caught up on those stories and more, you can go to RickySmileyMorningShow.com. You can catch me on all my social media at Brat Tat Tat. Oh my God, it's the Rickey Smiley Morning Show. What's next, Rick? Praise break.
Oh yeah, baby. It's about that time, man. HBCU is going down real big. It's your boy Rock Teasy for Sheezy. Always highlighting our heroes and our sheroes that attended or currently attend our phenomenal historically black colleges and universities. Oh, we finna head down to Fayetteville, North Carolina. Y'all already know what time it is. Fayetteville State University, the second oldest state school in the state of North Carolina, established in 1867. Home of them mighty Broncos. Bronco Nation, stand up, baby. It's going down. Also home of the Marching Bronco Express, known as one of the top Division II marching bands in the land. Oh, I can't move forward without shouting out to Cheer 5 Smooth, one of the coldest cheerleading squads that's out there. Oh, they gets down. They ain't your average cheerleading squad. Now let's talk about one of y'all's own graduates. Actor, comedian, writer, oh yes, and rapper. I'm talking about funny man himself, Affion Crockett. Graduated Fayetteville State University with a business degree. Oh, his TV and film resume is unheard of. I'm just going to touch on a couple of them because I'll be here all day. HBO's Def Comedy Jam, Curb the Enthusiasm, Blackish, Soul Man, The Wedding Ringer. And oh yeah, Affion is also a phenomenal dancer and music producer. Grew up in Germany before moving to Fayetteville. If you didn't know, now you know.
Hold it.
He's half man, half woman.
It's Gary. I want to hip you to the T. It's Gary, baby.
Gary, what up? Good morning, Ricky. Good morning, America. Good morning to you. A beautiful, beautiful day in the neighborhood. And here's what's happening in celebrity news, y'all. Russell Simmons has responded, y'all, to CNN anchor Don Lemon, y'all, calling out celebrities, y'all, for their silence. And he's stating that he does not believe that celebrities owe anybody nothing. Now, Lemon urged celebrities, y'all, to speak out against the injustices, calling Hollywood, y'all, strangely quiet. Now, Simmons addressed Lemon's remark with hip-hop, and he said...
What do you mean, the white celebrities? Because the black celebrities been speaking out, all of them.
I don't know, but, honey, he might be talking about you.
Even Jordan been speaking out. Now he gonna drop them Riot Jordan's gonna be coming out next week.
Yeah, he gonna cut the shoes half price. So him and Miss Yvette Preto can sit back and count their dollars, honey, at the end of the day. But anyway, child, he said, now, this is what Russell, he said, quote, I agree with Don Lemon, honey, and it inspires me to do more. He said, Simmons told the music outlet, he said, I don't believe that any celebrity owes anybody anything. I don't believe that anyone owes social activism to their community. He said, at the same time, I'm absolutely certain that your own happiness and salvation is directly tied to the happiness and salvation you promote for others. So I'm committed to do more as much as I can, unquote. And he went on and on. Do y'all owe anybody anything?
No, we don't. But it's the right thing to do, because if all of these fans come out and support you, and you might be living in a gated community, but they're out there on the front lines fighting and putting their life at risk just to have peace and freedom and civil rights or whatever, you better get your ass out there and not just do it just because. You do it because it's the right thing to do, because you're black. That could be your son, your nephew, your daughter, and do it for all of the ones that have opened doors for you to have. Imagine what the celebrities went through in the 50s and the 40s and the 30s went through, and how they were called names and wasn't allowed to sleep in certain hotels. Even on that alone, it's ancestors on the celebrity side that have paved way for you to have what you have. But it's the right thing to do. Because at the end of the day, no matter how much money you got and how what you have, you black. And you dealing with the same racism that everybody else deal with.
And you will be reminded, too, honey, because Oprah Show was reminded when she went to that store. She's a billionaire. They looked at her like, girl, who are you? And they didn't let her in. So, honey.
She ran out of there like Celie from the when she was in that store.
Yes.
Apple, A-P-P-L-E. Apple.
Window.
Look at that. Moving on, honey. Another celebrity news, y'all. Let's continue to pray, y'all, for the Jackson family, y'all. Miss Jasmine Jackson, she's the beautiful granddaughter of Joe Jackson, said she was attacked 7 times in a racially motivated attack, y'all. Now, Jasmine is the daughter of Giovanni Jackson, Joe's daughter with Miss Cheryl Terrell. Now, they're saying, y'all, she shared the pictures of the aftermath, and I saw, honey, that these girls, some girl, honey, cut this girl's face, honey, and whatever, and Jasmine said the woman chased her down and started stabbing her. She said, it's because I was black, but she used the N-word, and that's all I could hear while I was being stabbed. She said, I can't move my neck at all. I'm scared to be alone. And, you know, it's just a sad thing. I mean, look like to me, if she would have said she was a Jackson, the woman, you think the one probably would have stopped stabbing her?
Because racism doesn't care. That lady, if you read the whole story, that lady was a racist white woman that literally followed her down and stabbed that girl 7 times. She was racist. She don't care who her daddy is.
Yeah, bless her soul, honey. So let's continue to pray for the Jacksons, honey, because that's a very sad commentary. But, you know, and I do know it happened, but look like, you know, if she been look like she been living in the neighborhood longer, they would have known she was black. I mean, she was real, you know, light-skinned, but look like they would have known she was black. But I guess right now, in the wake of all what's going on now, people just, you know, going crazy. And then my quick for free story, y'all, honey. Lizzo is speaking out. She said, honey, it is not black people's job to educate people on racism. She said, honey, I guess we all need to educate ourselves or what have you. But nevertheless, she spoke directly, honey, and told her fans explaining racism and white privilege is exhausting. And she said that they do not see, honey, you know, believe it, but now, but honey, it's happening, y'all. She said protest is not the end of progress. It is the beginning. And she went on and on. So, you know, I guess people speaking out in their own little way and say what they have to say.
Exactly. I say that's the thing, Gary. I don't think activism looks one way. Everybody can use their platform and do what they can do for the common goal. But it does not always have to be the same thing.
Yep.
And speaking of platform, you know that the fast food CEO of Wendy's donated $400,000 to the Trump administration. So, hey, it's about that time, y'all. Let's make Wendy's white. Make Wendy's white again.
Oh, yeah.
Wow. That was a chicken sandwich.
Wow. Not another dime from me.
Now, I'm talking about donated $400,000 to the Trump campaign. The restaurant, Wendy's. So, hey, let's make them white again.
All right. The color today, honey, is faded denim. On the high end, just say faded denim, and on the low end, just say beautiful light blue. That's your color for today, honey. That was my first job, 2 Wendy's, honey, making them hamburgers.
Gary, will you post that picture of you in your work uniform at Wendy's?
I'm going to retrieve that picture. Yeah, honey.
What's your
retrieve?
Yes.
Classic. And what's your Instagram?
Gary WDTEA.
Okay, yeah, we gonna follow you that.
Yeah, I gotta get
we can see it.
Yes, Lord,
y'all gonna laugh. Y'all gonna laugh y'all ass off. All right, y'all, listen, man. Y'all give it up for Gary with the T.
Church in 60 seconds, y'all, ladies and gentlemen. Pastor Brat. Such a warm day out here in the field. You know, we're out here on this journey for the Lord. And you know, I'm glad that we're all guilty of taking care of one another.
Yes.
That's what Rickey, you know what it's like to take care of family, to look after family. You know, reminds me of a family that I saw. Sister Nettie, they're out with her sister, taking care of those children. Only thing I just didn't understand was when Nettie came home.
Yes.
Why is it that when Nettie, I believe they were around the same age, but why is it that Sister Nettie could run and Sister Celia had a little off run? And that may be in somebody's life now. You feel like I've been left out. I'm running like Celia was running. My run is a little short. But I'm not getting that fast enough. But I'm trying to get where I'm going. I'm not getting there on time. If you keep calling on, keep calling on that. I'm on my my way. I may not get there fast enough, but now I'm coming there. Don't give up on me. Don't throw me in the tire. No, I'm coming there. You can find me at the real Pastor Fred.
Yes.
Hey.
Yes, sir, Pastor Fred, y'all.
What you talking about? Where I'm at? What you talking about? You ain't get your email.
What email?
I had put in email for what they call it, a PTO day.
Oh, what?
I had to take one of my vacation days.
Dog, you've been on vacation for 3 years, bro. Bro, you don't ever come to work.
I took
a day off is like you coming to work. You need to come to work and then let coming to work be your vacation. You need to just flip all of that.
Shout out! I sent an email in because I'm finna be in Alabama today. Shout out! Matter of fact, shout out! Hey, I can stay at your house tonight, cool.
No, bro. You can't stay with me.
Me and my baby mama, my other baby mama.
I'm cool with you staying with me, man. But you got too much stuff connected to you, man. And you be doing too much. I'm cool with you staying, but what comes with you staying with me? That's the question.
I'm bringing my baby mama who got my
bro. That's what I'm talking about.
Little boys.
That's what I'm talking about right there. If you just came, I can deal with you. But you got so much stuff.
I got two 5-year-old twins, but one of them ain't mine.
That ain't my responsibility.
Huh?
That's not my responsibility.
Hold up. Ewa.
Yes?
You know one of my twin babies ain't mine. They're my homeboy baby. But they twins. But they cut my child support baby in half. They said it ain't mine. Hey, look.
How one of the twins?
Hey, Rick.
Yeah.
What?
I'm coming down there this evening. Hey, Shawty, what's your mama phone number? Because she like me to come visit every time I come to Birmingham.
No, bro. No, man. You get on my mama nerve.
Nah, she sound like the son she ain't never had.
No, No, she good.
I go hang out over there with her and punch.
See, what you don't understand, everybody cool with you, Black Tony, but you got too much drama attached to you. What comes with it?
My little boy call your mama grandma. What you talking about? She love my kid.
No, bro.
I want to let my son come over there and play with your little boy.
No, man. Cause see, then you got all that stuff that's attached to him, and then his baby mama and her family, and then everything that's attached.
Shawty, you got it. Shawty, you got the little boy over there. You got your little boy, your little grandboy over there, and then he can play with my son, and my little boy can teach him how to roll weed.
Hold it. He's half man, half woman. It's Gary. I wanna hip you to the teeth. It's Gary, baby.
All right, y'all. Ricky's about the morning show. What up, Gary?
Good morning, Ricky. Good morning to you. It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood, and here's what's happening in celebrity news, y'all. Wendy Williams. We all know that Wendy was going through a turbulent divorce, y'all. But now it's being reported that Wendy got a new man in her life, which she said he's just a friend. And you know how the song say he said she's just a friend. Now his name is William Shelby. He's a jeweler, and she said she's probably one of his lowest paying clients that he got. But they were spotted out, hanging out this past weekend. And people are saying that she got a type because he kind of looked like her husband. He resembles her husband and stuff. And it's amazing how some people, have a type and when they're dating, especially like when they're going through divorce or what have you. But she said there's nothing to it. They're just friends. They're hanging out. And it's good that she's saying he's just a friend because, women don't usually put their business out quicker than a man does. A man will let you know that he's dating somebody or what have you, or parading around.
It's the opposite, Gary.
You think?
Women always want to let you know who they date. Men be quiet about stuff like that.
This is true.
No. We have a lot of discretion. Women are just as secretive as men.
Yeah, because a woman can introduce your husband to somebody she done slept with a straight face. Your dumb ass don't detect nothing.
Shots right.
That's dirty, man.
That's cute, honey.
Now, why you didn't tell me that was your kid's father?
All right, we're moving on. And in other celebrity news, y'all, Floyd Mayweather recently celebrated a birthday, y'all. And, and people talking about it. Well, I'm not mad at Floyd. Now, they're saying, y'all, that Floyd had a star-studded birthday party bash over the weekend, and they said he made it rain fake cash. They said, but he did not. provide an open bar or the doors for his celebrity pals, which I don't think he should have. You don't provide people food. When you have a party, you do not have to provide food and open bars because people just use you.
Floyd's worth $1 billion.
It does not matter. It doesn't matter.
Always had an open bar.
No, but you don't. Let me tell you something. I have a little Christmas cantata every year, and I have all my friends bring some food.
You're not worth $1 billion.
You have a cantata.
You'll never invite us.
Well, because it's a Christmas cantata, y'all use it with y'all families, and y'all ain't coming on the Port Arthur Hill for that.
Gary, what's a cantata?
A party. This is what the grand girls give on that cantata. Y'all give parties, we give cantatas.
All right.
Yes. But I mean, okay.
Hakuna Matata.
But people are mad and angry when they're saying that it was sad. No, but I don't think it was bad. I don't think he should have had an open bar. Because when you have open bars, it's like you just open up to get sued because, some of the people leave from the party and get drunk or whatever, they wind up suing him. So,
it's just classy. It's classy when you're celebrating an event and you invite people out to have provided drinks. It's the classy thing to do.
Let me tell you how my class is, because if you invite people to your party and they come up, well, girl, he didn't have no Hennessy. Well, bring your own damn Hennessy. So you ain't got to worry about that now.
That's
you have to
right.
complain, huh?
BYOB.
Nah, there you
Bring
go.
your own bottle.
Nah. In my final story, Harvey Weinstein, everybody still talking about Baby Harvey. They say Baby Harvey, honey, before he got convicted, honey, they say he was wobbling in the courthouse, honey, with a walker, honey, and all kind of stuff, looking frail. They say, baby, when they gave him that guilty verdict yesterday, honey,
walked right on down.
Yeah, they say he stood up and walked right on in there. Because when he first started going to court, he was walking, and then he came on a cane, then he came on a walker, then he came in a wheelchair, and then last time I saw him in court, he set up on hospice in a hospital bed over there at the defense table. I said, he's doing too much. And then they say he got right on out that hospice bed and walked on into this cell.
They say, baby, once they get out the hospital, they send it right to Rikers Island, honey. Is that a good thing, though? Should you pretend and play like that, though?
Absolutely. You got to do what you got to do.
That's right, honey. You got to play. Ricky, did you have a situation when you and some woman had a disagreement and she came dressed up as one person and then she came back as another one?
Oh, yeah. I got into a fight with a stud, and I power drived her. I picked her up and suplexed her. She thought I was going to go backwards, but I went to the front with it. And then she came to court dressed up like Shirley Caesar. I said, well, hold up, Your Honor. That ain't the hell who I fought.
Right.
This chick had her breast taped down with ace bandage on.
The good today is Fat Tuesday. On the high end, you say Fat Tuesday, and on the low, you say beautiful purple. That's your color for today.
Oh, the chick I fought had a mustache, Your Honor. All right, y'all, we got what's trending round table. Say what? Yeah, what dog? Had a mustache. She was shaved and put her a church dress on. I'm like, you attack me. Hey, listen. Don't start. All right, listen. Y'all give it up and show your love and community extraordinary special K.
So I came across something a little while ago that raised a very interesting question when I saw it, and I said, you know what? I got to take this to the show, and we got to talk about this.
Yeah.
The question was very simple. Who is the wildest brown?
Oh, wow.
Who is the wildest brown? So as you said in the tease, we are about to meet the Browns, and we're going to figure out who is the wildest brown. We're going to start with the oldest brown.
Uh-oh.
That would be James Brown.
Yeah.
Old school. Now, if you just pull up James Brown if you just pull up James Brown's mugshot, which is the first thing that come up when you Google James Brown.
Yeah.
Despite all the other, as the Godfather sold, despite all the other accomplishments he made, you Google James Brown, the first thing that comes up is that mugshot, and I think that's his
all the stuff that man did, man. That's the only thing
he did.
Boy, black people ain't right.
He is known for that mugshot when he was in a police chase. I think it was in Augusta, Georgia. The next Brown, let's go with Bobby Brown. Now, we all know that Bobby Brown, one of the original members of New Edition, went solo. And he also went a little crazy in early, mid-90s?
Once he left New Edition.
Now, Bobby has a lot of... Bobby has a lot of stuff in his history, too, that could get him known as the wildest Brown. Then, let's move into the late 90s, early 2000s. Let's go with Chris Brown. Uh-oh. Now, Chris is maybe the most light-skinned crazy brown. Right. Now, we all know about Chris Brown's situation, starting with the whole Rihanna thing, and it went downhill from there.
We need to play Poppin'. That was my favorite. We need to play poppin'.
Hold on, guys. Then we have Orlando Brown, ex-Disney star who most recently accused Nick Cannon. Well, you know, he got arrested in his underwear on TMZ, and then he most recently accused Nick Cannon of doing some unmanly acts on him. That was never proven. And then finally, last but not least, we have Antonio Brown, formerly of the New England Patriots, formerly of the Los Angeles Raiders, formerly of...
That's the craziest one.
Everybody. Who is the wildest Brown?
That Antonio Brown.
What about Charlie Brown?
Yeah,
Charlie
Brown was good.
How you gonna keep letting Lucy hold that football? You know she gonna move it every single time, and you keep coming back for more.
For the last 50 years, he been trying to keep that.
You hang around with the dude with the dirt around him.
Pigpen.
Yeah. This was racist. Why Charlie Brown picture ain't up there? Why talk about Charlie Brown? But yeah,
I'm gonna go with Antonio.
I would have to say Antonio.
I'm gonna go with Antonio just for what he did.
And we ain't gonna talk about Chris Brown because Chris Brown is my nephew, and I love Chris Brown, and he's doing well, and he's back. He never really went nowhere, but yeah,
he went crazy for a minute though. You gotta admit.
But yeah, Antonio Brown is probably the craziest thing I see. And have y'all seen the video?
Antonio Brown?
Rap video?
The rap video.
Not bad.
Okay.
Not bad. Man, go on, man, please. Are you serious?
Not bad.
Are you serious?
Not bad.
Antonio Brown video?
Yeah.
Have y'all seen? Okay, we're going to. Yeah,
I ain't seen it.
So we're going to settle on Antonio Brown being the wildest Brown?
Yeah, let's settle on that.
All right, Antonio Brown, you have won. You are the wildest Brown.
And thank y'all for listening to Meet the Browns.
What's up?
Get out of bed.
Rickey Smiley Morning Show.
Rickey Smiley Morning Show. Ladies and gentlemen, our favorite grandmama is in the building, Miss Bernice Jenkins.
I love to pray. Sign me up for the Christian Jubilee. Write my name on the roll. I've been changed since the Lord has lifted me. I want to be ready when Jesus comes. Good morning, saints and ain'ts. Janie, good morning.
Good morning. How you?
I'm good this morning. The Lord woke me up in my right mind, slid me clean in my house shoes. Slid me clean across the floor. Hear our church announcement this morning, govern yourself. The usher board is looking for new members to replace the ones that ain't here no more since quarantine. Ain't none of them passed, but 3 of them in county jail. 3 done got on drugs, and the 2 Mexican ones got deported. So we need new ushers. Anybody want to be on the usher board? Sunday we will be in meeting room A. Meeting room A immediately after service.
All right.
Congratulations to Daquana Munson. You know her?
Yeah.
You know, she had her baby last Friday, and y'all know she real ghetto. She smoke a whole lot of reefer. Janet, she smoke that stuff. And, you know, her baby daddy is a drug dealer.
Oh,
and the baby left the hospital wearing a long white T-shirt, a do-rag, and holding a set of dice. But she said she gonna raise him up in the Christian experience. So praise God for that.
yes.
Call the folks over there to keep an eye on them because we don't want that baby to be around them too much. Just keep the baby to Sunday school. Now, you know Mother Atkins.
Yeah.
Condolences to Mother Atkins. She lost her son, Larry Red Jr., better known as Shooter. You know Larry Red, they call him Shooter. Now, she lost him last week.
And he was only 24 years old and had just got out of prison for kidnapping, fighting the police, kicking a cat in the head, burning down a Dollar Tree store, robbing a mail, stabbing 2 joggers, punching some Girl Scouts, and stealing a school bus. But his mama said that he loved the Lord and had a good heart. And he got shot robbing in a spades game at the trap. And then nobody liked his bad ass anyway, so the family just don't have his funeral on Twitter. So it gotta be that. So make sure y'all jump on Twitter if y'all want to attend Larry Red, better known as Shooter. So that concludes our church announcement until next week, Janie. I'll call you later on, Janie. All right.
The Rickey Smiley Morning Show, baby. Now you know.
And if you don't know, now you know.
HBCU,
Oh, what? Say it ain't so, man. Rock Teasy up in the building. HBCU's up in the building. Stand up like you ain't got nothing else to do. It's about that time to always highlight and showcase and spotlight some of the phenomenal heroes and sheroes that attended or attend our phenomenal historically black colleges and universities. We going to Morehouse College. That's right there in the ATL. Prolific actor and film producer. Rose to prominence in the 90s. Starred in more than 100 films. That's right. Let me break it down to you. This man starred in more than 100 films. His likeness was used for the Marvel Comics character Nick Fury. Oh, I know y'all know who I'm talking about right now. His voice has been used in film, television, and video games. Everyone's favorite actor. I'm talking about that Samuel Leroy Jackson. Samuel Jackson up in the building, man. Ranked as the highest all-time box office star. Period. I'm going to leave it at that. Oh, yeah. And if you didn't know, he's a vegetarian. If you didn't know, well, now you know. Let's get it. If you want me to highlight your favorite HBCU, hit me up on my social media platforms at Rock T Holla. Let's get it.
HBCU, no.
All right, that is y'all celebrating 140 years Southern University in the building. And Gary, our good friend JT is in the building.
Yes, JT Thomas.
What's up, Gary?
One of the coolest barbers in the United States of America, boy. If you like your mustache trimmed just right, man. Can't nobody trim a mustache. He did Burt Reynolds' mustache. Yeah. He did the Whisper. He do both of the twins of the Whisper's mustache. He did the Steve Harvey mustache.
He's not only a barber, Rick, he's an entrepreneur. So yeah,
what?
Entrepreneur.
You gonna let him do you like that, JT?
Yeah, Gary can do it. Let Gary do it.
All right, y'all. This is about that time, y'all. Battle of the Sexes. So we got Southern University in the house. What's your name, love?
Paisley Martin.
Paisley. What year you graduated Southern?
2013.
2013. What was your major?
I graduated in marketing.
Oh, marketing?
Yes.
Okay, she making all the money, Gary.
I see that marketing, honey.
Yes, sir. All right, are you ready?
I think so.
All right, here we go. Let's get the clock going. Here we go. All right, what is the liquid that flows through the radiator to keep your car engine from overheating?
Cool.
Don't tell her.
Keep going, Ricky. The clock. Go.
Cool.
She got it. Go.
Oh, she said, okay. All right. Kenneth Cole Black is what type of product for men?
A cologne.
What is the official Nike slogan?
Just do it.
What does the acronym NRA stand for?
National Pass.
All right. Who is the player depicted on the NFL on the NBA logo?
I forgot.
Hennessy is what type of liquor?
Cognac.
Good.
Damn. And F-16 is a type of what?
Gun. No, plane.
All right. Smith & Wesson produces what product?
Guns.
All right. What is the name of the Super Bowl trophy?
Don't
do that.
No.
Pass.
All right. The movie. Wow. Somebody, y'all. Boy, y'all be cheating.
She was sharp, though. She was sharp, though.
It's a real game for us. So we need a real victory. This is real.
That type of woman you need right there, boy. She do all that stuff. She do cool.
But she didn't get the Nike
What you
right.
think, JT?
She did get Nike right. The only one she didn't get right was NRA, which was National Rifle Association, and who's the picked it on the NBA logo, which is Jerry West.
But she didn't get Nike right. She said what for Nike?
Just do it.
No, it was the swoop.
No, you wrong.
That's the logo, not slogan.
He's talking about
That's an associate's degree.
I don't care no difference between the slogan and the logo.
Now I don't even want to wear Nike no more because you done just sisted up the whole suit. It's called the swoop.
That's the swoop.
Now I don't even feel comfortable with what I got on no more.
And that's wrong.
My Nike shirt, my Nike slogan just turned pink.
I know one thing, Ricky. You and your pink Nike suit better get ready because the girls just smashed
I
it.
swear, she just killed it. All right, bro, you ready, man?
I'm ready, man.
Tell us your name.
My name is Tony Monroe. I'm a Follow A graduate from Southern University at Baton Rouge. I'm a marketing grad as well.
Marketing grad.
Yes, sir.
All right, speak loud into the mic. You ready?
I got you. I'm ready.
Let's get the clock. Let's go.
Let's go.
A style of evening gown that fits closely to the body through the torso to the hips is called what?
Mermaid.
Shut up, Gary. Who was the first African American woman to run for president?
The first African American woman to run for president?
Mm-hmm.
I pass.
What is peeling?
Sounds like something for the face.
Nope.
I feel like my questions are rigged.
Flare, stiletto, and rounded are terms used for what?
Pumps, heels, shoes.
Nope. What month is Women's History Month?
Women's History Month? Y'all got one of those?
Yeah, we do.
Yeah, I don't know. Pass.
In cooking, to split a meat, to thin it out is called what?
Filet.
Nope. If a woman wants a Brazilian, she wants a what?
A waxing. She wants a...
Hush. In the movie Set It Off, what type of company did Luther own?
Luther owned a cleaning company.
YSL.
Saint Laurent.
What type of company? Who owns
Luther Janitorial Services.
Remember Luther?
I got a problem with the way Eva's reading those questions.
Exactly.
Because she's bouncing around and she's put like 5 seconds in between.
First of all, Rock, don't do that.
Speed up the clock.
Don't do that. Brad, hold me down, Brad.
Speed up the clock, man.
No.
First of all, Ricky do the same thing.
Understood every question with clarity.
No, but she put too much emphasis on the doggone question for one thing.
Yes, she did.
And filet should have been the right answer.
It wasn't filet. It was called butterfly. To thin it out is butterflying, Gary.
But it could be filet too. It could go both ways.
It can't be filet. When you filet, you cut it all the way through. When you butterfly, you cut it midway through to thin it out. It's not the same. You ever ate a butterflied shrimp?
Yes.
Yes, it's opened up. It's not cut in half. Let me
But
teach
filet
you
mignon.
little culinary. But okay. So you didn't know that this is Women's History Month, March.
Okay.
Y'all just got that month.
Stop
I was about to say, I think that's new too.
Flare, stiletto, and rounded are terms used for nails. And peeling is the little small balls of fiber on your clothes. That little lint. That's peeling.
But even you cheating, you know doggone
Gary,
well the
don't know this
Gary.
stuff. Right.
Well, you
The
should have
Luke is
known
here.
Shirley Chisholm that she ran for president. You should
I
have
don't
known
believe you didn't know that. He graduated from Black College.
Look, I'll take that one. I'll take that one.
Now he's going against you.
So Brett.
Now we get the Shirley Chisholm part, but all the other stuff, men just really don't know this stuff.
And some
He
things,
knew
them
waxing.
questions
He
we
was
don't
good.
know.
He did pretty good.
Say
but
what,
not,
Brett?
Some of those questions we don't know. So don't do that.
No, Brett.
Yeah.
your question,
Don't do that.
the liquid that flows
I don't
through
know
a
what an
radiator
F-14
engine.
is. Yeah.
Who knows that?
That's radiator fluid.
She knew it.
No, it's not, Gary. It's coolant.
It's coolant.
She got that right, though.
She got it.
Same difference.
That's
Gary
my
didn't
point.
even know it.
No, it's
That's
the
my
same
point.
difference.
These are hard questions, but at the end of the day, it boils down to
We won.
we won.
All right, y'all, give it up for the women. Give it up for them. It's Rickey Smiley Morning Show.
News headlines, entertainment, sports. It's the front page on the Rickey Smiley Morning Show.
Good Friday morning. I'm Yura with another look at today's news. The U.S. has broken the global record for the highest number of COVID-19 cases reported in one day. Now, that updated number reported just yesterday is over 55,000 new cases. In California, hospitalizations have jumped 56% in 2 weeks. Florida broke its own record with more than 10,000 new cases in just one day, and an 11-year-old boy there has become the youngest person to die in the state. And in Texas, Governor Abbott has changed his tune. Face masks must now be worn in public in any county with 20 or more positive cases. Well-known Black Republican, former presidential candidate, and co-chair of the group Black Voices for Trump, Herman Cain, is in an Atlanta hospital with COVID-19. Cain was at President Trump's rally in Tulsa on June the 20th, but his team says they're not sure how or where he caught the virus. Now, many local officials are just asking you to be safe this July 4th holiday weekend. Party at home, stay out of crowded places, and just wear a mask if you're going to go out. In sports news today, 9 more NBA players have tested positive for COVID-19. The testing started last week, and so far 25 of 344 players have tested positive there. When the NFL season kicks off on September the 10th, get ready. The Black National Anthem, Lift Every Voice and Sing, will be played in addition to the Star Spangled Banner at the beginning of every game. What? Yes. So go freshen up on that second verse. Lift Every Voice and Sing will be played before every Week 1 NFL game of the 2020 season. And in some other NFL news, FedEx has asked the Washington Redskins to change their name. Now, this is huge because FedEx is a huge sponsor with naming rights for the stadium where the Washington Redskins currently play. Now, the term, of course, is considered a racial slur and considered very offensive by many Native Americans. But the owner of the Washington Redskins has repeatedly said that he will never change the name. But with big money now backing that change, we'll see what happens. In entertainment news, Jay-Z is using his power to push for more change. He took out a full newspaper ad in Wisconsin calling for the firing and prosecution of a police officer involved in the killings of 3 men of color. ABC is set to cancel the daytime talk show Strahan, Sarah, and Kiki with Michael Strahan and Kiki Palmer. The show went on hiatus during the coronavirus pandemic, but it's not expected to come back. And lastly, it ain't over yet. It looks like Jada Pinkett Smith will be addressing those rumors about a love affair with August Alsina in an upcoming episode of the Red Table Talk. Jada tweeted out yesterday, quote, "There's some healing that needs to happen, so I'm bringing myself to the Red Table." Red Table Talk airs on Facebook on Monday, 12 noon Eastern, and we will all be watching. I'm Euro, and that is your front page news. The entire crew is going to be back on Monday. It's the best of the Rickey Smiley Morning Show.
It's the front page news. It's what's trending now.
All right, y'all, Rickey Smiley Morning Show. Listen, man, I'm about to introduce, Florida A&M University graduate, member of Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated, Georgia State University College of Law graduate, lawyer, judge, and the 60th and current mayor of Atlanta, Georgia. Y'all give it up and show your love this morning for Mayor Keisha Lance Bottoms.
Yay.
Mayor Bottoms, how you doing this morning?
You just made me smile this morning. Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Let me tell you something. I got my one favorite story. I never told you this, but this is my one favorite story right here, Brat. So I'm coming out of the morning show. We had just got off work, and I run into this lady in the lobby. She said, "What's up, bruh?" I said, "What? Oh, you must be a Sauron." I said, "What up, Sauron?" And we hugged. She said, "Hey, my name is Keisha Lance Bottoms. I'm running for mayor of Atlanta." I looked at her. I said, "Well, what you want?" I said, "What you want to do? Like you daring me to get behind you and support you? Daring me? Are you daring me? Let's do this." And here we are.
Here we are.
Oh man, we are so proud of you, and thank you for trying to everything that you're doing for the city of Atlanta and how you represent us on a national level and the Divine Nine. We just appreciate you. There's been a lot of controversy going on about whether or not cities and states should be reopened, and you are on the front line. How you're getting death threats? How are you handling all of that?
Well, I just always want to tell you how much I love you and appreciate you, because you are a man of your word. You told me anytime I needed a platform, anytime I had anything to say, that you were with me 100%. And even when the poll numbers weren't with me, you were still standing with me. That's why I loved you before, and I love you even more now. So thank you.
I love you too.
For having me this morning.
Absolutely.
You know, I love the poet Audre Lorde, and I have a mug at work, and it says, "Your silence will not protect you." And that's what I'm standing on right now in the midst of all of this craziness with us opening up the state. And I've said this so many times, and I honestly mean it. I want to be wrong about this. You know, it's not a lot of people, a lot of elected officials who want to be wrong. I want to be wrong because if the governor is wrong, then we're going to be talking about how many more people have died. And it is, it's baffling me. I'm not a scientist. You said it. I'm a lawyer. I'm a whole bunch of other stuff, but I'm not a scientist. But when I hear the experts talk, when I look at Anthony Fauci on television, when I hear Sanjay Gupta on television, when I talk to Carlos Del Rio over at Emory University, and they're saying the only way that we're going to see the light of day is if we continue to distance ourselves from each other, then I believe them because they are the experts. And it is infuriating to me that we are embarking upon this social and medical experiment that could be at the cost of our communities. You talk about barbershops and hair salons. What community has barbershops and hair salons on every corner? The African American community. And I'm not saying, I want to be clear, I'm not saying that that's the governor's intention, because I don't think it's his intention, but I do think when you aren't being thoughtful about what you're doing and the impact that it's going to have on communities across our state, then I think the byproduct of this can be that more people will get sick and more people will die, and impacted more than any other people will be African Americans in the state. And I just had this conversation last night with my brother Randall Woodfin, Mayor of Birmingham, Alabama. He's expressed to me his concerns that Alabama is headed in the same direction. And we know what it's going to mean, because just like in Georgia and Alabama, he's told me African American communities are bearing the brunt of this virus.
Right. We got, we're talking to Mayor Keisha Lance Bottoms, Mayor of Atlanta. We're going to be talking more with, can you stay a second? We'll go to break right quick and come back with you. Okay, we got Mayor Keisha Lance Bottoms. More up next. Rickey Smiley Morning. All right, y'all, 24 minutes after the hour, y'all. We on with one of our nation's mayors. We can call you one of our nation's mayors. Keisha Lance Bottoms, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes.
Yeah. Now, thank you for staying with us. Now, how are the hospitals doing currently in the city of Atlanta, dealing with this coronavirus?
You know, Rickey, our major hospital in the city is Grady Hospital. And what people have to realize, Grady is a major trauma center for Southeast United States. And so on a good day, Grady is still dealing with almost at capacity challenges some days, because it's a major stroke center, it's a major trauma center, and people will have diabetes and asthma and all the things that are prevalent in an urban community. So that being said, our hospitals are not at capacity right now, but in large part, that's because of the very aggressive actions that we took to shut down Atlanta. And many other cities in metropolitan Atlanta did the same thing. We also expanded. Piedmont Hospital has over 100 new beds online because we allowed construction to continue there. And we also have 200 beds from the state at the Georgia World Congress Center. But this is what I want people to understand. Essentially, what the governor's order is saying, if you go bowling and you get sick, we'll have a bed waiting for you. This is not where you want to be with this virus. The goal should not be simply because we have beds, then we should work to fill them up. I have a friend who has been sick since the second week in March. So we've seen the stories about people dying. We've seen the stories about people being sick. This is somebody who I talk to regularly. She said this is like nothing she's ever experienced in her life. She had to have oxygen tanks delivered to her house. And the only reason she continues to be tested is because her husband has underlying health conditions, and she has to make sure she's safe to be able to go and be around her husband. So they are repeatedly testing her. She is still testing positive, which means she can still shed this virus. So even this notion that it's going to be a 2-week sickness like the flu, this isn't the flu. This is something 10 times, 100 times worse than the flu. So, yes, we have hospital beds, but God forbid if anybody wants to be the one to have to go and take one.
Right. Now, in your opinion, is Governor Kemp going to is going with the herd immunity strategy? Can you explain what that is for the people that don't know?
So what I've read and heard about herd immunity is that, there's a theory that if enough people get it, then your bodies begin to build up antibodies against it. I don't see where that has happened with this yet. And again, I'm not a public health expert. I don't know what the governor's strategy is. And I've talked about communities of color, because I know primarily your audience people are in communities of color, but I want to be clear, this is infecting people around the world. This is not just about black people. It's not about white people or Asian people. It's about everybody. And I don't know of any country. I know there's one country that is testing the idea of herd immunity, but I think it's too early to see what the results are there. But when I look at our numbers in Georgia, which I'm sure, the governor is looking at the same data I'm looking at, yesterday we had 24,225 people testing positive. That was up 24.8% from the week before. 994 deaths. That's up 28.2% from the week before. And so when I read about the governor's press conference yesterday, even his own public health expert said, no, our numbers aren't going down yet. She thinks that they will at some point. She's not going to get her nails done yet. And I just, Rickey, I'm empathetic to people who are struggling to put food on their table. That's real. People are worried about how they're going to pay their rent. That's real. But for those of us who just want to get out of the house because we're sick of being inside of the house, it's selfish. It is. It's not based on anything other than selfishness. If you're just going out to get your nails done because you're tired of looking at four walls, that's not how we're going to get to the other side of this.
Absolutely. Wow. And it's tough. But we have to do what we got to do, and I think everybody is tired of being in the house. But I'd rather be in the house than to be in the hospital, because once you go in that hospital, Mayor Bottoms, you get dropped off at the ER. Ain't no coming in. Yeah. And that thing can be 50. Yeah, go ahead.
So I have a question. Out of the businesses that were selected to open, why do you think nail salons, hair salons, tattoo parlors, movie theaters, and gyms were the ones that were selected? Because that makes it very hard to social distance.
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know of any rational reason behind that. I can understand if you're opening up medical offices and places where people can separate themselves and where people are informed and have access to protective equipment. But for me to expect that my hairstylist can get the proper gloves and mask, and I'm fighting to get it for my sanitation workers as mayor, and I'm bidding on the open market, I think it is a stretched, and I think we're putting people in a bad position. So I don't know how the governor chose those businesses, other than saying he wanted to stimulate. I mean, he wanted people to be able to go back to work. So it's an economic consideration. But I think, again, we're trying to balance this against people's lives, and that's why I'm continuing to use my voice. And I don't know if you all have seen this great post from Bobby Huntley. I saw it on social media yesterday. It's a little mini short film telling people to stay at home. It's hilarious, but it's so serious. It just really highlights the risk that we're going to all put ourselves in if we get back out to business as usual right now.
Right. Mayor Bottoms, have you, and I know you're getting tired of people asking you this question. I'm going to go ahead and ask it. Have anybody been, because I say it on the radio one day. I think that you should be in consideration for the VP spot on Joe Biden's, on that ticket with Joe Biden. I think you're qualified. I think anybody that can run a big city like Atlanta and do the things that that you have done, I think that would be huge. I think that you would be a great vice president of the United States.
Well, Ricky, as my mother says, thank you for the rumor. I appreciate that. It is, it's an honor to have my name mentioned. I don't know of an elected official who wouldn't be honored to have your name mentioned as being considered. But I've said repeatedly, I want Joe Biden to put on that ticket the person who's going to help him win. And whomever that person is the one he needs to go with. But, somebody asked me during an interview, did I think I was qualified? I said, after going through this pandemic, I think I'm qualified to do anything except homeschool my 4 kids.
Okay.
Right. And you got a senior. You got a senior that's getting ready to graduate. So you dealing with one of your babies has asthma, and you have to take. I'm sure you have to take extra precautions with that. So you're dealing with a lot and running the city of Atlanta. So I'm definitely gonna be talking you up for that VP spots. We got to always look out for the homie. Got to look out for the sorrows. Put you on that VP ticket. So I'm sure somebody called you and said, Rickey Smiley hyping you up for the for Joe Biden put you on that ticket.
I did hear that. So I just, Ricky, people got to get out and vote. I mean, elections matter. And when you look at where we are as a country, this is the byproduct of 2016. And not saying that anybody caused this pandemic or could have stopped it, but certainly our response and our leader globally, being able to lead globally, I think we could be in a very different position than we are right now in the United States and across the world.
Hey, I'm so excited that you came on. And you can always come on anytime, and I'm going to be hyping you up. And I'm going to call Simone and everybody else, make sure that you are in consideration for that VP spot.
Yes.
Ladies and gentlemen, everybody in Tallahassee that's listening to us right now, here's your FAMU graduate, Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated, Georgia State University College of Law graduate, lawyer, judge, mother, wife, Sarah, everybody. Y'all give it up and show your love for one of the nation's top mayors who we love, Mayor Keisha Lance Bottoms, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Now I'm finna bring old hating Alpha Phi Alpha Jeff Johnson on up next. Come on, hey, Mayor Bottoms. Mayor Bottoms, thank you.
Thank you all for having me.
All right, we love you.
Be safe. Love you
all right,
too.
Jeff.
You all be safe.
Church in 60 seconds, y'all, ladies and gentlemen. Pastor Brat.
Such a warm day out here in the field. Yeah. We're out here on this journey for the Lord. Mm-hmm. And I'm glad that we're all guilty of taking care of one another.
Yes.
That's what Rickey, you know what it's like to take care of family, to look after family. Reminds me of a family that I saw. Sister Nettie, they're out with her sister, taking care of those children. Only thing I just didn't understand was when Nettie came home.
Yes.
Why is it that when Nettie, I believe they were around the same age, but why is it that Sister Nettie could run and Sister Celia had a little off run? And that may be in somebody's life now. You feel like I've been left out. I'm running like Celia was running. My run is a little short. Nettie! But I'm not getting there fast enough. Nettie! But I'm trying to get where I'm going. Nettie! But I'm not getting there on time. If you keep calling on keep calling on that. I'm on my way. I may not get there fast enough, but Nettie! I'm coming there. Don't give up on me. Don't throw me in the towel. Nettie! I'm coming there. You can find me at the real Pastor Fred.
Yes.
Hey!
Yes, sir, Pastor Fred, y'all.